Coast Guard is out here, the volunteer fire department, but again, this is just all hands on deck. It is neighbors helping neighbors. Social media posts, like you mentioned, have resulted in people's lives being saved.
Absolutely. So I'm out here just helping. Again, people are texting me.
Harris County has long been advocating for these standards, but as soon as the feds rolled them out, the state stepped up to quash them. And his colleagues, they were burned. Officials came out and they said nobody was burned in this incident. You say that's not true.
That's not true.
Tom, well, this was the original reunification center, and it's really difficult to put into words exactly what families felt as they were waiting here to reconnect with their loved ones. As you could imagine, a church of this size has children's programs, meaning most families were separated when the shooting broke out. We spoke with an 11-year-old boy and calls this a socialist experiment. He says it violates the state's constitution. Meanwhile, the Harris County attorney says that's all political theater, that he plans to fight this.
In the West, they had an old saying, you know, hang a man by the wrong rope, and it's a wrong hanging, even if he did steal the cattle.
So do you think he stole the cattle?
It's not an issue. That's not the issue.
You can see family is behind us speaking with law enforcement right now. So the medical examiner just came and they were trying to move the body, and the family said, hold on a minute. Will you please talk to us? Will you please give us some answers? Speaking with witnesses, it really just makes you sick to your stomach. People describe this section of the walkway are congregating, sort of bottlenecking this area. And that's really stressing out law enforcement as they try to push people away from this church. For you, tell me why you're still here. Why are you still hanging out around the church? I know you mentioned you had friends who were still inside. A man in handcuffs who's being walked into an ambulance right now. So he is being loaded into the ambulance. Again, no word on what prompted this incident. The car that it appears he was just taken out of. I think she said it best. Hi, guys. How long have you been stuck here for?
So we just got here from California.
Okay.
But we were delayed for like 2 hours.
You heard it. Delayed for like 2 hours. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. They said all their friends' flights got canceled. That's what happened to these folks over here. They're waiting to pick up their bags right now. Unfortunately, they never got on a flight. They're just They are originally from Michigan. They live in San Antonio right now. Just a few of the more than 100,000 fans, we're told, poured into town for this game, for these events. And truly, we have seen it all today. As you can see, tents, ponchos. We saw trash bags out here. Fans are not stopping. We're told, yes, it's cold. Yes, it's wet. But ultimately, so is Michigan. After more than their fair share of offbeat seasons,
it's hard to be a fan when nobody's cheering in the stadium.
It seems the Houston Texans may finally be in sync.
All these guys are clicking.
For the first time in years, the team actually has a shot at making the playoffs. And Ultimate fan Steve Beckholt says it's clear the city is taking notice.
The crowds are full again. The tailgates are back.
I think the excitement's finally come back.
That growing fan base means Alvin ISD teacher Sienna Flores has lost her usual tailgate spot. But she isn't sad to see it go.
It makes me proud. I'm happy. You know, fans till I die, but I am happy to see that there's more and more people that are behind the team and supporting the team.
It just gives us hope.
Hope that's only building after Sunday's win over the similarly seeded Broncos. Still, many fans like Javier Brown told us even if the team had missed, they've already earned their respect this season.
Win or lose, I'm going to always rock with the Texans. I just know that our time is coming, though.
Shannon Ryan, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Shannon.
Tom, we did, and unfortunately, you can see this neighborhood is entirely underwater. This is off of I-10. It's actually an exit ramp we're standing in front of. Rescue crews now using flooded ramps like this one as boat ramps. With her dog Amigo held high above the floodwater, Cynthia Robinson trudges through to check on her 6 other dogs.
It was pretty devastating because, like, our dogs, they're like my babies.
She had to leave them all Saturday. The water rose too high, too fast. So she flagged down first responders and our crew on a rescue boat.
If I would have known that it could get this bad, I would never move down here.
Sunday, with the floodwater having dropped about a foot, Robinson returned to her neighborhood by boat.
We actually brought a kayak.
She was relieved to find her dog safe, but the same could not be said for her home.
Clothes and all my things, pictures, you know, just everything that's in my house for sure. But I have my health, I have my life, I have my dogs, so we'll be okay.
Okay, thanks to Harris County Deputy General David. We were with him as he pulled Robinson and about 40 other people and pets from the floodwater Saturday.
So if you can see how the water is pushing this way.
And again when he returned Sunday to check on her.
So we have to push back this way.
We encourage people to actually, before the water's coming or the storm's coming, to evacuate them from the area so that once again we can get them to safety, get them to higher ground, so that not only they can be well and safe, but also their animals can be safe as well.
With her own animals in mind, Robinson tells us this flood will likely be her last.
I mean, I lost everything. Everything's flooded. Everything's all my things. I got my dogs, though, and I'm going to relocate for sure.
What do you do next?
And start over.
And unfortunately, so many people having to do the same, having to start over this evening. Now, thankfully, as you just heard from our talented meteorologist, Elise Smith, the rain is on its way out this evening. Still, we know the flood waters, they're here to stay for the next several days, and the effects from this storm, the damage left behind, that will be felt for years to come. Live in Channel View, Shannon Ryan, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Shannon.